Where's that gone? Why can't I see that? Where are you, image? All right, not seeing an image. It's gone. Instead, we're going to look at scores straight away. We are live tonight with MRCs Team Oliver Racing Gr3 League. I don't know why the flyer screen hasn't showed up. It's disappeared. But it showed a load of trucks. The team sponsor. Why can't I find that? Oh, I'm gutted. I can't even dig it out. Otherwise, it means flicking backwards and forwards between screens. But it is the thumbnail for the video. It should be. Damn it. Right, let's jump straight into scores. So we've got a 50-minute enduro at Brands Hatch tonight. So let me just run through these. TNR Philo leading the way at the minute with 275 points. Fat Pickles Bro, he's in second with 231 points. We have Potter McPot in third. He's on 226 points. Fourth is Superfast Bobby with 212 points. Jambu in fifth with 174 points. Surfer in sixth with 174 points. Dangly Balls seventh with 135 points. Ben Cosgrove in eighth with 116 points. Deli B in ninth with 108 points. 10th for Diablo, he's in 96 points. We jump to the bottom half of the table. Purzel in 11th, he's on 83 points. G-Marge on 80 points. James Harbour in 13th with 66 points. Why's that gone all weird? There we go. 14th is C73 Tabron in 62 points. Burnt Fry in 15th with 55 points. JRC Racing in 16th with 48 points. And Magic's new driver, 42 points for Magic's. But he's been doing all right as Magic's. He's been doing all right. He's been holding it with the big boys. Right, let's get ourselves in this room. Tell me if you can hear me all right. It's coming through loud and clear. All that sort of ness. So Brands Hatch, 50-minute enduro. Awkward little circuit, this one. Lots of grass and sand to drive off into. It's quite a narrow little circuit as well. Opportunities to overtake all over the place, but it is quite a narrow little circuit. So Purzel then just coming across the line. First of the hot lappers, 122.0. We're at the full GP circuit tonight. Pot actually going quicker so far, 121. Still a few drivers to cross the line. He's just been pushed down by Jambu. He's put in a 121.5. Lexus driver. Let's have a look here then. Right, so this is qualifying, 15 minutes, and then we have a 10-minute break in between qualifying and the race. Just give the guys a bit of a breather before the 50-minute enduro. So, sets of tyres. They're only allowed to use one set of tyres. GT Deli B, evening mate, how you doing? Nice. Yeah, one set of tyres of each type. So one set of hards, one set of mediums, and one set of softs. No more, no less. Use them as you wish, but only those 3 sets. Is there a pit window on this one? No pit window to be followed. Yeah, just keep it clean, boys. It is a long race. Damage is on heavy in these lobbies, so if contact occurs or damage occurs, it does mean a trip to the pits to get that repaired, or you live with it for a few laps until you get a fresh set of tyres on. Right, Philo chucking himself into top spot in the Renault. 120.9. Bottom pot in the Mitsubishi. 121.3. Jambu in the Lexus. Oh, just getting it wrong. Through Paddock Hill. He's sitting himself in third. 121.5. Ben Cosgrove's got fourth. 121.7. James Harben fifth, also in the Renault. 122.0. It's been a quick car this season, the Renault. Purcell, another Lexus driver, 122.0. Surfer Evan, a Mercedes, 122.3. JRC Racing, also Mercedes, 122.4. Diablo in 9th, 122.9. Fat Picklesbro in 10th, 123.3, sorry. Dangling Ball, now 11th, 123.7. Burnfry 12th, 124.9. G-Margin 13th, 124.2. And NRT Burnfry at the back of the pack at the minute, also in the Renault. So yeah, quick shout out to the league sponsors. You can see it plastered all down the side of all the cars. The big TOR, Team Oliver Racing. They are the insane truck driving team, truck racing team. We have seen them in action. It is something to behold, watching those things racing around a track. If you get the chance, definitely go and see them. So yeah, big shout out to the boys there. Give a shout out to Martin Oliver Transport as well. Why not? The commercial side of it. Philo putting in purple sectors in the Renault. Told you it's fast. It's got a bit of a toe off Purcell as well. So 2 lobbies running tonight. We have got the pros watching with me, and we've got the pro-ams as well. They're running with CJW. So he runs those on Twitch. So CJW Racing, if you want to get yourself over there, don't. That's all I'm saying. But he will upload them to YouTube afterwards. So obviously, once you've watched my stream from start to finish without leaving, you can go and watch his. Right, let's have another quick run through. TNR Philo still holding that top spot, 122.9. Another Renault into second, 121.1 for Bob. Potter in the Mitsubishi pushed down to third. James Harben's gone quicker though, 121.3, another Renault. So 3 out of 4 so far in the little French wagon. Jambu in the Lexus. Getting good times, hopefully not getting involved with a Surfer, just coming out of the pits, I think it is. Yeah. It should be banned. It should be banned, LEB. I've said it before. You're not racing tonight then, Delhi? You're not in? Can't see you in this lobby. Right, let's have a little bit of a lap on board with TNR Philo, current pole sitter, current championship leader as well. So down start, finish straight. Be careful through Paddock Hill, not to run out too wide into the sand as he almost did there. Back up the hill, hard on the brakes into Druids, trying to hold it tight to that apex so nobody slots one down the inside. Cautious on the exit down towards Graham Hill. Again, got to be careful on the exit. You don't want to be go off into the sand there or the grass for a little bit of a picnic. See some bumping and a barging through Surtees. So now Pilgrims under the bridge. Through Hawthorns. Again, there'll be battles up that straight. Cautious not to run it wide there through Hawthorns to Westfield. Again, easy to run it wide. Almost off track there again. Down Dingledale into Sheen. So Sheen coming up now. Awkward turn. Again, there it is. Pushing the limits there, TNR Philo. Back on track though. So into Sterling's. That's unfortunate. Pushing the limits through Sheen. It's as easy as that. Just stuck a wheel on the grass and round he went. Final turn, Clark Curve, probably coming to the pits this lap. No, he's going to come out for another one, and that's a lap for TNR Philo round Brands Hatch for you lot. So look at you, Philo. As we're talking, Potomac Pot just slotting himself through into top spot 122.85. Sorry, 120.857. Philo on that one, 29.06. Nothing in it. 10.5 minutes of quali gone. Still time to get some laps in. Philo has got damage. Oh, that lap's done as well then. He has got damage and worn out tyres. Potter has not long put a fresh set on, so putting hot laps in now. His last was a 120.9 as well, so getting to grips with this Mitsubishi here. Philo's only put the 120.9 in. Again, picking up that damage, spinning off track. We've been on board while he's been spinning round. Bobby in the Renault in third, 121.1. Jambu in the Lexus into fourth, 121.2 for Jambu. Gr3 moved up as well. BMW 121.3 into fifth for Gr3. G Marge in sixth. Lexus 121.3 for G Marge. James Harbin in the other Renault pushed all the way down to 7th at the minute, 121.3 for him. He's putting in some blues, that's his quickest so far. We'll just stick with him, see what he's got. Potter and Philo coming in for fresh tyres. What have you got, James? 121.2, so gets back up to 5th. So G Marge 7th with looked at. Fat Picklesbro in 8th then. He's on a 121.4, just gone quicker that last lap. Into the pits now though. JLC Racing 9th, 121.4. Diablo 10th, 121.5 for Diablo. Set his alarm this week. Ben Cosgrove in 11th, 121.7. He's just coming in the pits as well. Purcell 12th, 121.8, just going quicker there. Lap 8, Surfer in 13th, 121.9. Big heavy Mercedes around this tiny little track. And Dangley Balls 14th, 123.6 for Dangley. So Potter and Philo on outlaps. Monday's races as well, not looking good to make Fridays in this race. Oh, Delhi, what's going on? Work pressure. So yeah, Philo and Potter both out on fresh tyres. Let's see what sort of lap times they can put in now. We've only got 2 minutes to do it. Philo not looking like he's going quick this lap. He's not far off. That's not far off. Let's stick with Potter, see what he's got. Also not far off. 9,000s. Nothing in it between these two at the minute. And this is only qualifying. Slower now, Potter, almost quarter of a second back. Philo's up by quarter of a second, looking to take pole right at the end of quali. Potter will get another chance on this next lap. We'll see though, see what he's got. It's 121.2 for Potter, almost half a second down. Philo does take the top, 120.458. So 0.4 of a second quicker than Potter. Just drifting it through the exit of Druids. That's not going to help his cause. Let's just see what he's got through this next time in line through Surtees. Oh, he's up. Pushing it then at the end of Quali Potter. Oh, Dell. Up again for Potter. What's Philo doing? Let's just stick with Potter. He's going to be first across this time in line. Still up? Is he still up? He's up on his quickest. Not enough to beat Philo at the minute. Philo just coming through. He's up again. Looking to cement that top spot. So Potter puts in 127. It's not quick enough to beat Philo's time. He does go quicker again. 120.442 for Philo. So that'll be him on pole position. Potter McPot's second. NRT Bobby on an outlap, so that'll be him in third. Fat Pickles Bro, he's got himself up into fourth. 121.0 for Fat Pickles. Good lap. That G Marge in the background just getting Sheen a little bit wrong. Jambu, he's in fifth. He's not showing his time. Burnfry in sixth. He's on 121.1. James Harbin on 121.2. Eighth for G Marge. Yeah, testing his driftertronics out again. G Marge 121.3 for G Marge, eighth position. JRC Racing ninth, 121.4. Big Cosgrove in 10th. Just out of the pit, so no lap time on screen. What is he? 0.3 quicker than Ben Cosgrove. Oh, sorry, Surfer Ev. 121.9, so he's on a 121.6 then. Perzel's now in the pits. Diablo's in the pits. Why are you moving about, you strange people? So Surfer 13th. And Daggly Ball 14th. So yeah, with people coming in the pits, that does just screw things up a little bit. So we've got a 10-minute break before the actual race starts. 50-minute enduro. It is quite a long race for these boys. So they do just give them a little bit of a breather beforehand. Philo's lost his mind. Or he's practicing starts. Yeah, you go. See how these little Renaults get off the line. They're not that quick off the line, to be perfectly honest. They're not great. They're not bad. I mean, they're not bad. Sideways action from him there. That's it. Plops himself back in the pits. So people still having razzes around, but that will be it. What their lap times were after the 50 minutes will be it. There's G Marge testing. I told you he was testing his driftability out in that car. He's probably got the steering angle set donkulously, maybe. So just giving it a great big jam of handbrake. Into the sand he goes. JRC having a couple of practice starts as well. Always good. Last thing you want to be doing is spinning around or spinning up on the start while everyone's flying past you. Diablo, our Australian brethren. Maniac gets up at like 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning to race with us. Brits and Germans and Greek and whatever else we may have in the lobby. What have we got? English, yeah, yeah, oh, Australian, yeah, Greek, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, okay. Not full international, but we're not doing bad. Who knows what Bobby is? I don't know. You should have like an alien head as a flag, Bob. You shouldn't have like a country test tube. So pole sitter Philo, championship leader Philo as well in the Renault. Again, fast little blammers, those French things. You'll see. Who's out trying to take tyres out? Is that Gr3? No, it's Gr3, surprisingly enough. Oh, Fat Pickles Bro as well, alright, okay. Not just you, Gr3. You probably started it though. What's NRT Bobby up to? No, he's still, yeah, he's ghosting, he's not doing anything too dramatic. Fat Pickles is playing around with Gr3, trying to take tyres out as quickly as they can. Jambu's still putting his practice laps in. He'll be fed up for the place by the time he gets onto the race. Now Gr3's going to try and put a lap in. Or not. So, duck, duck, go. James Harben's got himself in 6th. There we go. Gr3 is absolutely taking his rears out as well. Can't even get the car in a straight line to get himself in the pits. Are you in? You managed to get in? No. So a couple more minutes, I think, until race starts. It's supposed to be 9:55, 8:55. So we'll see. Big German conglomerate down in between Graham Hill and Surtees. Mercedes, BMWs, as far as the eye can see. Now Renault. That's Gr3 who got reset. Didn't manage to get himself in the pits after all. And now his rears are like driving on ice. Ben, evening mate, how you doing? Where did you end up? People are still putting hot laps in, so people are still moving about. Are you in 11th? Was that where you finished in the end? Not long, Philo. Don't disappear too long. Bad. Yeah, it's 50 minutes, Ben. That's how long it is. Just keep it on the grey bit, mate. That's all you got to do. Potter just reminding everyone, only the 3 sets of tyres. I'll be trying to keep my eye on it, but yay for the fibre. Everybody quite, oh, I was going to say everybody quite sedate, and then there's Gr3. And Fat Pickles. Oh, it's not, it's G Marge. Struggling to keep that in a straight line there. Right. Everyone get in the shout. Get yourselves to track. It's time to go racing. Here it is. Let me have a swaz of the fizzy pot before we start. Can the little Renaults get away well? Here we go then, 50-minute enduro. Only 3 sets of tyres to be used. 14 drivers. It's going to make for some interesting racing. Tight little circuit this round the back. Let's see how they get on. So it revs up. Let's wait for him to get off. Can't see the lights again, PlayStation, thanks. No way, good start by everyone. So Philo does hold on to his top spot. Potts in second, Bobby third. Oh, is that G Marge? Was it, or Gr3 sticking a wheel on the sand going through, where have you ended up? 8th. Going through Paddock Hill, nearly lost it, took out the crowd with him. Alright, back up front, Philo leading. Let's turn the usual stuff on. Pot going for a move down the inside at Surtees. Right on Philo's tail heading up this hill. Almost going for one into Hawthorns as well. Backs off. He's kicking off already. Pot's not messing about. He's sitting in third in the championship. Bit of work to do for him to catch up, back up with Philo. So through Sheen. That's where we saw Philo spinning off in quali. Kept it on track this time. Gets himself out of pressure from Pot so far as well. So Renault, Mitsubishi, Renault in first, second, third. Fat Pickles in the BMW in fourth. He's got Jambu hot on his tail, followed by JRC Racing in sixth. Diablo 7th, got Gr3 for company in 8th, almost losing it on turn 1, Gr3. James Harben slotting one down the inside for 9th. Battling with Purcell up the hill, who's going to win out? James Harben takes the 9th, then Purcell 10th. Ben Cosgrove 11th, Surfer Ev 12th, G Marge 13th. Dangling Balls 14th, little way back as well, 2.8 seconds, sorry, 2.6 seconds. Starting to pull a gap. What strategies are they playing out? So it's a medium tyre for Philo. Potter going defensive in the background there from an attack from Bobby. He's on the medium tyre as well. Bobby on the medium tyre in third. Medium tyre for Fat Pickles. Medium tyre for Jambu. Medium tyre for JRC. Hard tyre for Diablo, getting that one out of the way early. Medium for James Harben, hard for Gr3. No, it's hard for Purcell, hards for Ben Cosgrove, mediums and a little bit of damage for Surfer Ev. G Marge, he's on the hards in 13th, and hards for Dangley. Now 4 seconds back, Dangley. Philo then chasing pack. Potter going wide, almost losing the rear end of that Mitsubishi. I think Bob had to back off the throttle there so as not to slam into Potter. That's just allowed TNR Philo to escape up the road. He's pulled himself a second gap over Potter. Potter's still under threat behind from Bobby. Let's just get ourselves on board with Potter. There it is. Big fat Renault in his rear view mirror. pass, says Bob. I want to go and play with my other Renault friend. No, says Potter. So Philo creeping away further, 1.8 second down the road. 1.9, that little Renault is putting the Mitsubishi under pressure. He's got one tearing away ahead of him. One putting him under all sorts of pressure from behind. So Fat Pickle still holding that fourth position, still fighting that out with Jumbo. A bit of a gap developed back to 6th. JLC Racing having a little race of his own at the minute. Sure, he's not too bothered about that early on in this stage of the race. He's not having to go defensive. He can think about decent lines. And there's another big gap back to Diablo in 7th, 3.7 seconds back. Burnt Fry hot on his tail. So Ben in 9th, G Martin 10th. Ben moved up a couple of positions. Purcell in 11th, starting to stretch out now. Surfer Ev for that little bit of damage in 12th. James Harbour now in 13th. What have you done, James? Where have you been? No pit lap. I think we just got it wrong somewhere. We've missed that. And Danny Balls still 14th. Losing more time, unfortunately. So there's the gap between Philo and Potter. 2 seconds now. Just managed to pull himself half a second over the third place driver, Bob. Gives him a tiny bit of breathing room. But we have got Fat Pickles and Jambu closing up on this fight in front. Touch there, does Jambu. Apex for him. So they are closing up. Not quite as quickly as Fat Pickles Bro would like. Almost wide through there. Fifth for Jambu, yeah, JRC. 1.7 seconds back. Looks like he's slowly pulling that gap in. And big gap developed back to 7th, then 5.4 seconds. Diablo also made a bit of time. He's now got 2.3 seconds to Ben Cosgrove, who's got himself up into 8th. G-March following him through. Purcell 9th, battling out with Surfer Ev though, round Clark's. Surfer's got the inside line. Can Purcell carry the speed? Yes, he does. Holds on to that 10th for now. Surfer 11th. Burnt Fry down in 12th on the hard tyre, struggling. James Harbour just coming past then. On the medium tyre, slots himself down the inside at Druids. Harbour trying to claw something back out of this race. Has Purcell taken somebody out? Is that why Purcell's waited? Or has Purcell got it wrong through Graham Hill? Oh, he's got damage. He's got damage. He's got it wrong. He's in 13th. Daniel Balls might be able to slowly catch up with him with all that damage. Oh, Purcell. Still quite early on in the race. Anything can happen in these. So race leader Philo extended to 2.7 seconds. You're not going to get much coverage tonight, Philo. You're not playing the game. So Potter still second. He's now pulled almost a second from NRT Bobby. Bobby is under threat from Fat Pickles and Jambu. Let's get ourselves on board with Bob. beads of sweat dripping off the back of his car, maybe. BMW and Lexus closing up. Get a good toe up this back straight as well. Closes up, not enough though. Bob going a tiny bit wide, that's going to slow him down. Here's Fat Pickles closing that gap back up. Gap's still about a second in front to second place driver Potter. Jambu picking up a little bit of a penalty, he's got to drop that. Renault just holding out, he's holding that third position quite well. Doesn't seem to want to spin up like the BMW and the Mercedes. Still nothing in it between these three. Jambu just dropping his penalty through there, backed off a little bit from that fight. So JRC's actually lost a bit of time. It was 1.7, it's now 2.6. Back to the 6th place driver. And Diablo's still holding 7th. G-Marge has got himself past Ben Cosgrove for 8th. And closing up on Diablo. So Surfer into 10th. James Harben 11th. Burnfry 12th. Purcell 13th. And Dangly Ball in the pits, ditching the hard tyres. Fresh set of mediums for him. And Philo up to 3-second lead. G-Marge is definitely closing up, 1.5 seconds the gap. Bring in Ben Cosgrove into this fight as well. Are they all on the hard tyres? Yes, I think they are. Diablo as well, yeah. So you may see a few more drivers come in soon to ditch those. Medium drivers will obviously stop out a little bit longer. So Surfer 10th, can he close the gap back up? Out on the medium tyre, but holding damage for Surfer. James Harben 11th, penalty for him. Burnfry in the background. That BMW is very, very loose, Burnfry. I don't know how you've got that set up. So Purcell 13th, out the pits, damage repaired. Still on the hard tyres. Possibly thought about ditching those. Dangly 14th, out on that medium set. So let's see if he can pull any time back on Purcell. Okay, gap coming down. 2.7 seconds between Philo and Potter. Is that a sign of things to come? Have the tyres just started to eke out a little bit too much on the Renault? Potter's setup, is it going to work well for him? He pulls in another 10th, 2.6, which jumps back up to 2.7. Bobby and Fat Pickle still battling this one out. Jambu has been in the pits and back out, has he? No, he's not. He's got it wrong. So JRC's got through into 5th. Still 4.7 back from 4th place Fat Pickles, but more points on the board for him. Jambu then 6th. Diablo's still 7th. G-Marge gap down to a 2nd. Closing in as well. So not close enough to make a move here, but he will close that gap up. Ben Cosgrove is now 2 seconds back from G-Marge. Closes the gap up, still 0.7. Tiny bit wide through there. Still gaps come down 0.5 between the 8th and 7th place driver. And now it's come right down. Diablo taking his time through Sheen. That's going to give G-Marge a run on him. Diablo's gone defensive. He might even be... Yeah, I think he's letting G-Marge know he's probably coming in the pits this lap. Yeah, there he goes. So G-Marge up into 7th. He's going to continue on those hard tyres. Ben Cosgrove, he's stopped out as well. Surfer on the mediums, he's also stopped out. James Harbin, mediums, stopped out. Diablo in on those hards, getting rid of those. So Purcell on the hards in 13th. But picking up damage, and Dangly Ball in 14th. Sorry, I flicked past you a bit quick there, Dangly. So still 2.7. Potter's not been able to chop any more time out of that so far, he says, as it drops to 2.5. A little bit quicker through the back end, I think, than Potter. Big gaps to 3rd place, Bob, 3.4 seconds, so he's been having to do all sorts of ducking and a dive in to avoid losing that 3rd place to Fat Pickles. Medium tyres for all 4 of the top 4 drivers. Potter just going through Druids. Can Fat Pickles bro make a move on the 3rd place driver in front? Closes up through Graham Hill. Can do the same through Surtees. Stick with the Renault as he accelerates off down this long straight. He's pretty close. What is he, 0.2? A quarter of a second. He might be able to throw one up the inside here. And the Renault's quick though, the BMW's struggling. Loses a bit of time. Drops another 10th to NRT Bobby. And again through Sheen. Got to get that turn right. It's a horrible corner. You can't see the apex until you're literally on top of it. So Fat Pickles have got to try it all over again. Let's just keep an eye on the top 2. Okay, so Potter's in this lap. He's ditching those mediums now. Philo's going to stop out for a lap or 2 more. Plenty of fuel on board for him. Bobby's stopped out as well. Fat Pickles right on his tail. So Jambu takes 4th. JRC 5th, but not stopped yet, any of these drivers. Potter McPot back out the pits in 6th. Fresh set of hards on. See how long he keeps those on for. So G-Marge 7th, he's still out on those hard tyres. Ben Cosgrove 8th, still on the hards. Surfer Ev still on the medium, still holding the damage in 9th. James Harbin 10th, still not stopped for James. And Burnt Fry 11th, not stopped either on the hards. Diablo back out the pits on the mediums, 12th position for him at the minute. Purcell 13th, damage early on in the race, so losing all sorts of time. Dangly Ball really struggled early on the hard tyres in this BMW. So he's all the way down in 14th. He's 10.5 seconds back from Purcell. So Philo doing another lap. He will start losing time to Potter, although Potter's got a bit of a job to do to get back through the pack. Though all these drivers in front have got a pit. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Fat Pickles and Bob almost coming together into Druids. Has Fat Pickles got more fuel than anyone? Let's see what's happened to TNR Philo. What have you done, Philo? He's got it backwards somewhere. He's stuck one in the wall. On the rear end of that thing is not very happy now. So, Fat Pickles, more fuel than anyone. Let's have a look. Over quarter of a tank. You are correct there, Fat Pickles. GT Deli, he's been tucked behind Bobby for, what, 10 laps? 8 laps? Just conserving his fuel. Tyres looking at great condition as well for those mediums. We'll look at Bobby's in front. He's done all, he's sworn at them and everything. So Fat Pickles could be on for a bit of a challenge here. Philo back in the pits. So not back in the pits, just in the pits. He'll get that damage repaired, or will he get that damage repaired? We'll see. Potomac Pot just goes past, I think. He does. G-March goes through as well. So Bobby still under threat from Fat Pickles, but could just be playing the long game, Fat Pickles. Hiding himself in the slipstream of NRT Bobby. Conserving all that fuel, short shifting. So he gets the tow from Bob, so he doesn't actually lose time to him. He gets to conserve that fuel. Saves his tyres a little bit as well. It's going to be an interesting race. It's going to be an interesting race come the end. You can see you've got drivers all over track at the minute, but come the final pit stop, that's when all the action kicks off. So Bobby and Fat Pickles stop out again, running long on the mediums for Bob. But they are only putting 123s in on these mediums. It's Potomac Pot putting in, so he's out on those hards. He's putting in a 123.1 just last lap. A couple of, when was his pit? A few laps ago. 12th lap was his pit lap. A little bit squiggly out of Druids. He's got himself in third though at the minute. Philo another 9.5 seconds back in fourth. So race compromised a little bit with his off-track action. Ben Cosgrove in fifth, yet to stop on the hards. JRC Racing out on a fresh set of softs in sixth. Surfer Ev in seventh, not stopped, still holding that damage. Surfer running long on the mediums. Jambu in eighth, racing hards on board for him now, just come out of the pits. Diablo in ninth, mediums on board for him. Saw him come in the pit a few laps ago. G-Marge on the mediums now as well. James Harben stuck the hards on for his middle stint in 11th. Burnfry 12th, mediums for him. Dangley Ball in 12th, mediums for Dangley. And Purcell now 14th, so fresh set of mediums for Purcell. Fat Pickles getting himself past Bob. So whether Bob's just got it wrong somewhere and Fat Pickles is slotted through, I don't know, but up into first nonetheless. Yeah, looks like Bob's struggled around some of these turns. Renault's looking a little loose. Battered those tyres, Bob. Fat Pickles, got all sorts of rubber left on his. Can he pull a bit of time from you? He's got the gap to 0.6. Again, we'll just see how Bob handles these fast, tight turns in the back half of this circuit. Yeah, Fat Pickles just able to carry more speed. He's got the gap up to 3/4 of a second. You can see Bob just in the background, having to correct almost every turn. On every turn, just losing that bit of time to Fat Pickles. Will we see Bob in the pits? Yes, this lap comes in. Doesn't stick it in the pit wall either. Right, so that releases Fat Pickles. Let's see whereabouts Potomac Pot comes through. So now 9 seconds back for Potter. Fat Pickles yet to take his first stop though. But plenty of fuel on. Potomac Pot has not actually got that much on. Didn't think he took much on when he took the hards on though. Knows he's not going to run that long on those. So Philo third, another 5.8 seconds back. Now under pressure from Bob, who's out of the pits in the Renault with the hard tyres on. What did Philo come out on? So Philo used the softs for his middle stint. Bob on those hard. So we should see Philo start pulling a gap from Bob, but that will all change at the end of the race when Bob's on the softs and Philo's on the hards. Again, it's all going to mix and match for a minute. Gr3 still holding that fifth. Ben Cosgrove still not stopped on those hards. He's quite happily rolling around in sixth on those. Jambu in seventh on the hards for his middle stint. What is he? 3.4 back from Ben. We'll keep an eye on that gap, see if he can close it up. He will take the position when Ben comes in. Diablo 8th. So mediums. Still plenty of wear left on those. G Marge 9th, so he's out on those mediums. Surfer Ev repaired now, out on the hards for his middle stint. They won't be on for very long, with only 24 minutes remaining. I can see those being on for 3, maybe 4 laps. So James Harbin 11th, also out on the hards. Again, they'll be off pretty soon. Burnt Fry at the mediums, still plenty of wear left on those. Bit of a penalty to lose for him. Purcell 13th, 17 seconds back from Burnt Fry. Again, picked up damage very early on, did Purcell. So that just compromised his whole race. He has managed to get himself past Dangley. Dangley is only 3.7 back though. But he has got damage and a bit of wear on his tyres. So, Fat Pickles. Those tyres starting to look a little bit beaten up, so he does come in the pits now. He's got a 7-second lead over Potter. Potter just comes past that pit entrance, so we'll take the lead. Philo will probably come through, yes, to take second. And Bobby as well coming through. Fat Pickles just getting released there. So not too far back from Bob. He's got the hard tyre. Again, they will only be on for 3, maybe 4 laps, I can imagine. These boys don't want to be putting many laps on those. So that does release Potter into top spot. He's now got 2.7 seconds over second place Philo. Soft tyre versus hard tyre. So this should be a bit of a cakewalk for Philo to close the gap up on Potter. But they both have got one more pit to take, and then it'll be a reversal of fortune. Potter will have the soft tyre and Philo will have the hards. What are they looking like for fuel? Potter's literally on quarter of a tank. Philo's still got half a tank on. We'll see. Bobby's still holding third, 4.9 seconds back. Just picked up a little bit of a penalty. Fat Pickles 2.5 in fourth. Gr3 Racing closing up only 1.2 seconds back. Starting to show a bit of wear on his tyres. So we'll see whether Fat Pickles on the, although he's on the hards. Yeah, so Gr3 might be able to catch him then. Takes another 10th as they come onto the start-finish straight. Again, tyres will all swap about in the final stint, and you'll see some close racing action again. Jambu holding 6th on those hard tyres. Again, these won't be on long for these boys. 21 minutes remaining. I think they'll, 15, maybe 17 minutes. They'll race for a set of softs. Oof, G Marge exploring track limits. holding 7th. Ben Cosgrove and Diablo battling it out. Ben just coming out of the pits. Diablo hot on his tail. What's Ben put on? A fresh set of mediums, so should be able to keep that position from Diablo. As long as he doesn't throw it into the sand somewhere. Surfer Ev in 10th. He's got James Harbour pretty close to him. He's only a second back himself. A hard tyre though. Again, Burnt Fry on the mediums. Holding 12th, bit of a race of his own. He's got 7 seconds in front to James Harbour and 20 seconds back to Purcell. And Dangley Balls losing more time, 11.5 seconds back. But again, damage and worn out mediums for Dangley. So here's the race leaders. Potter McPotts on the hard tyre, Philo on the softs. Potter needs to be holding him up for as long as possible. But the fast little Renault just able to use that extra traction, extra grip round Graham Hill. Slot one down the inside of Potter. I don't think there was a lot he could have done about that, but he now needs to try and stick in the slipstream. Threats to throw one back up the inside. Literally running out of fuel though, Potter. We probably see him in the end of this lap. So Philo is just starting to pull away. Again, Philo's got to take his final stop as well. Different tyres. I don't think we'll see Philo come in this lap. He's got to get himself past the Dangley ball. Doesn't work. Potter stops out again. I hope he's got enough fuel on board. So still losing a bit of time. 3/4 of a second between Potter and Philo. Keep an eye on Potter's fuel gauge. I'm sure he's doing exactly the same thing. Don't spend too much time looking at it, Potter. You've got to look at the grey bit. So the gap to 1.2, 1.1 seconds. Bobby now 7.8 seconds back in 3rd. Again, hard tyre. He's going to have the softs at the end. JRC all over the rear end of Fat Pickles. Different strategies though. JRC on the softs. Going for a move on Fat Pickles. Does, outbrakes him into Hawthorns. Takes 4th, keeps it on track as well. Fat Pickles 5th. Yeah, cleanly through there as well. But all these drivers still yet to take their final stops. A bit of wear on JRC's soft tyres as well. Now, what did you have on at the start? Was it mediums or hards? I don't know. So Potter in now. He'll have the soft tyre when he comes out. Philo squeals off on those softs up towards Druids. Bobby in the pits also this lap. So Philo trying to put a super quick lap in this one if he's going to come in. Although he might run a little bit longer on those. He won't be coming in yet. He won't want to be putting 17 minutes on the hards. We'll see. JRC Racing up into 2nd. Again, yet to stop for his final stint. Fat Pickles Bro as well. Not stopped. Jambu also not taking his final stint. And Potter has. So holding 5th at the minute. 4.9 seconds back from Jambu. All those drivers yet to stop. Bobby. He's out the pits as well, 1.7 seconds back from Potter. Both of those are on the soft tyre. G Margin 7th, he's got to take his final stop. Ben Cosgrove 8th, he's also got to take his final stop. Diablo got to take his final stop. I can imagine that won't be long before we see that, looking at those tyres. Soft tyres for him at the end. James Harbour in 10th. He's got the soft as well. We'll see, definitely see him in at the end of this lap. Burnt Fry in 11th. Made up another position then. Surfer Ev in 12th, so just come out of the pits. Burnt Fry still got to take his last stop, so you might see Surfer Ev come back for that position. He's also out on the soft tyre for his final stint. Purcell, mediums, yet to take his final stint, and Dangly Balls, now fresh set of softs. 14th. So Philo, 14.3 second lead. Again, it will all change when these drivers come in. JRC just starting to creep away from Fat Pickles. You never know, mate. He needs to ditch these hards. He's 15 seconds back from race leader. He has still got a quarter of a tank on board. JRC, same amount of fuel, but his tyres are devoed. Philo, less fuel, less tyres. Could be a Fat Pickles moment right here. Could have called it, Delhi. So Jambu's got to stop. Potter is closing the gap upon him. Kept that 1.8 between himself and Bob. Fat Pickles in now. Comes in, gets rid of those hards. Softs on board for his final stint then. He'll have about 14.5 minutes to go by the time he comes out of the pits. Jambu in the pits as well. Right, what have you got then, Fat Pickles? So Jambu now, Philo, 15.3 seconds, 15.4 seconds up the road. Is Potter McPot 24.5 seconds back? Is that gap coming down? Yes, it is. And it will only come down as the progress towards the end of this race, with the soft tyre on for Potter and Bob, and Philo on that hard tyre. Bob just losing almost half a second to Potter. Gap to 2.2, 2.3, it is half a second. Potter absolutely thrashing these softs to try and close that gap up on Philo. Staying out again then, Philo. Happily wearing those softs out. Lap time's just starting to get compromised now. 122's starting to slip in. But almost 16 seconds over second place JRC. But Potter McPotts maybe not quite closing in fast enough. It all depends on how long Philo has to sit in the pits for, Delhi. He's probably got another lap on board as well, maybe two. So JRC just getting himself past Purcell. Potter just going through 30, so still 6.6 seconds back from JRC. Yes, definitely pulling time over Bob. 2.6 seconds that gap. Where's Fat Pickles? 5.9 seconds back. Plenty of fuel on board. Gap extended, so Fat Pickles starting to lose time to Bob. Philo stops out again. He's braving it for one more lap. It's another 122 he's put in though. JRC still having a bit of a dogfight with Purcell. That might cost him some time. Potter's taken 2 seconds out of Philo's time. Sitting in third, pulled more time over Bob. Just got to be careful he doesn't thrash those softs a little bit too much. Philo is going to run as long as he absolutely can on those soft tyres. He doesn't want those hards on for any length of time. 10 minutes he's going to have on those. Uh, 17.8 seconds over JRC. But Potter McPot now 3.4 seconds over the second place driver. JRC yet to stop. TNR Philo yet to stop. Potter taking another second out of Philo's time. Bob now 3.3 seconds back. Philo in now then. Where's JRC? JRC will probably come in this lap as well. It's all about where Potter, Bobby and Fat Pickles turn up. Big gap starting to develop between third, fourth and fifth though. Right, so there's Potter. Philo just gets released now on that hard tyre. 10.5 minutes remaining. So he's gone from the softs to the hard. So that might just worry him a little bit through some of these turns when the back steps out and he's not expecting it, like there. So Potter, 4.4 seconds back from race leader Philo. Soft tyre versus hard tyre. Both drivers got enough fuel on to run to the end. This is going to be a race to the finish. 10 minutes remaining. Bobby in third. Fat Pickles. Oh, Fat Pickles pulling a bit of time back. 4.6. I think he's out of the fight for first now, though. JRC fifth. So he's now on the hard tyre. Let's see what he can do with those. See if he can fend off Jambu. Jambu on the soft. Ben Cosgrove right on his tail though. 7th position for Ben. He's only 0.6 of a second back from Jambu. G-Marge in 8th. Lonely race for him at the minute on the soft tyre. Diablo 9th. Again, a bit of a lonely race. Just carving his way through a couple of the back markers. Gr3 10th. So 3 seconds back from Diablo. He has got Surfer Ev only 2 seconds back. Soft tyre for Gr3, soft tyre for Surfer. James Harmon 12th, also on the soft tyre. Purcell 13th, soft tyre for him to the end. Dangley Balls soft to the end. So gap down to 3.8 between Philo and Potter. There he is. There is no driver between the first and second place now. 9 minutes remaining. There's Potter. You can't really see him with the sun glare. He's there somewhere. Gap is coming down. 3.1 seconds. Philo taking it very risky through there. Nice and wide. Gap down to 2.9 seconds. So on board with Potter. There's Philo just in front. Soft versus the hard tyre. This is literally going to come down to the wire. Philo looks like he got a bit squirrely through Clark's. The gap down to 2 seconds. Yes, he's lost loads of time through there. That hard tyre starting to punish him. There he is. They head down towards Surtees. This will be a place where Potter closes up. 1.2 seconds the gap. It won't be long before Potter's feeling the effects of the slipstream. Yeah, Fat Pickles is a bit far back. It's doable for him, GT Delhi. You know what he's like. Master at this game, this bloke. So the gap down to a second between TNR Philo in first and Potter McPot in second through Sheen and to Sterling. Still a second between them. Oh, a little bit wide there for Philo. He's got to get it back on the grey stuff. Does give Potter the opportunity. Doesn't close up as much as I expected actually through there, but he does now. Through Clark's, there is half a second between them. It's going to be hard pushed for him to take this, to hold this position, I think, Delhi. There's the great big looming black and yellow front end of Potter's Mitsubishi coming at him. Struggling on those hards in this Renault. Potter's just got to stick with him up this back straight. Get it right through Surtees. It's able to carry the speed into there so much more than Philo. So just a quarter of a second between them. We know the Renault's fast. Coming up to Hawthorns. Potter's not close enough here. Into Westfield, all over the rear end of the Renault driver. Going wide there as well. Down Dingle, up into Sheen. Again, closing up through Sterling's. Potter having to go through it all over again. He's got to try and get the final turn right to make a move down the start-finish straight into Paddock Hill. Again, the Renault just able to pull a little bit of gap. Potter will be putting those tyres under a bit of pressure. Let's just go and have a look at the second place driver's tyres. Yeah, on those softs. Starting to show a bit of wear. They will still be quicker than Philo's. Not able to throw one up the inside at Graham Hill. Can he get him at Surtees? Not quite close enough again, I don't think. It's almost like the Renault's got a couple of brake horsepower more than Potter is almost pushing Philo down there. Does he sling one up the inside at Hawthorns? He was tempted. I think Philo would have left him room. He's got to try it all over again then, Potter. Through Westfield. Down Dingle again, up towards Sheen. Potter getting a bit tail happy in the Mitsubishi now. So, 4 minutes remaining. There's a battle brewing behind. Just keep an eye on this and towards Druid, see if Potter slings one up here. No. But Philo's gone wide. Potter slots one down the inside. I don't know whether he can carry the speed out. Yes, he can. Philo's struggling on those hards so much. Potter up into top spot then. Should start pulling the lead, but we know the Renault's quick. So it might just be able to hang on to Potter even with the hard tyres on. But he's already down 3/4 of a second. Has Potter got this in the bag with 3 minutes to go? Philo second then, Bobby third, Fat Pickles in fourth. These guys were a little bit closer when I was going to check a second ago. JLC Racing in fifth. He's got Jambu all over his rear end though at the minute. Fresh set of hards on board for him. Jambu on a worn out set of softs. So it could be a good fight between these two to the end. G Marge in ninth. Again, lonely race for him at the minute. Ben Cosgrove. He's having a lonely one now as well. 7 seconds in front, 9 seconds behind to Burntfry. Burntfry's got himself up into 12th though. Sorry, 9th. I don't know why I said 12th. From 12th. Let's see, Diablo 10th. What is he? Less than a second back from Burntfry, so this could be on. Surfer Ev, he's in 11th. He's got James Harwood still just under 2 seconds back. Purcell 13th. And Dangley Balls in 14th. Dangley Ball and Purcell are actually getting closer together. Or maybe not. I think yeah, it's an out lap for Dangley, so I think he's a lap down. But race leader Potter has now pulled a gap over Philo, 1.1 seconds. Still pushing though, Philo. Gap down to less than a second. And we'll see one more lap after this. So Potter's tyres are looking decidedly worn. Still keeping a second gap between himself and TNR Philo. So a minute remaining on the race clock. This will become final lap. Still just under a second between Potter and Philo. Is there anything Philo can do about it on those hard tyres? I don't think there is. It's going to take a tiny mistake from Potter. His tyres, as I say, aren't looking the best, but he's just got to keep it clean. Not try and stamp that throttle on the exit. Okay, so the gap just starting to stretch now. Second between first and second. Everyone else quite spread out on track now. No other battles really kicking off. This one's starting to fizzle out a little bit in this final lap. Just Philo unable to do anything about Potter on those soft tyres. Held him off for a few laps. So Potter through Sterling's for the final time. Down towards Clark, keeps that second lead. So it's still pretty close at the end. Handbrake across the line to finish. So Potter takes the win. Good racing by Potter. Philo taking second. Again, not taking anything away from Philo. Good racing. Bobby in third, backwards and across the line for fourth for Fat Pickles. Jambu's going to come and take fifth. We are going to see other drivers cross the line. So Jambu takes fifth. Sorry, people who are coming like ninth and stuff. JRC is going to take sixth. G-Mard seventh. Ben Cosgrove eighth. Almost out of fuel for Ben. Gr3 in ninth. Diablo unable to close that gap up. Backwards for ninth for Gr3. Diablo in 10th. Southern Hemisphere. See how he has to spin the opposite way? Did you see that? Typical. Surfer Ev then taking 11th. Backwards, also from Australia. And James Harben out of fuel right at the end there. 12th place for James, and Purcell and Dangley already crossed the line. 13th and 14th. Yes. Good racing there between Potter and Philo. Like I say, it does always stretch out in these Enduros. You don't really know who's racing who until it all comes to the end. Yeah, Philo does do an amazing job. You want to see someone do well on tyres, you want to watch some of the races with Cutler in it. Jesus, I don't know how that boy does it. I really don't. I do. No, I do know how he does it because I watch his bloody races. But yeah, it's a sight to behold compared to everyone else on track. It's amazing. You could have watched him in the Pro-Am lobby, but thanks for sticking here. That was round 9 of MRCs, or Mature Racing Club's Team Oliver Racing Gr3 League. You were watching Pro with me. We did have the Pro-Ams running as well on CJW Racing's Twitch page. So I don't know whether that's just a live thing. I'm not too sure how Twitch works, or whether it saves it like this does. I don't know. But he does upload them to YouTube afterwards, so they will be about in a couple of days or two. Right, what have we got coming up tomorrow night? 9 o'clock, Chaos and Mayhem. It's the P1 boys again and their Rallycross League. So it's 1 week dirt, 1 week tarmac, 1 week dirt, 1 week tarmac. And this week we're at dirt. I forget which track we're at. Sorry, this week we're at tarmac. But boost is on in these lobbies. So there's like just a gaggle of 13 cars almost magnetised to each other going around this circuit. It's insane. Everybody gets to go at first and everybody gets to go at last. It's yeah, it's a sight to behold. So that's 9 o'clock tomorrow night if you want to watch some Chaos and Mayhem. It might get to the point where I'm just sitting back and watching the race because it gets to the point where you can't see who's where. There's just cars and names and dust and dirt and stuff. So that's 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Friday night, 9 o'clock, we've got the next round of the GTTCC, so that's Mature Racing Club as well. So qualifying 15 minutes and 2 races on Friday night. Nothing Saturday night. Sunday night, I think there's the new, let me get this right, the NI 300s. I think that's right. Sunday night, 8 o'clock. That's to replace the MX5 League that was on at 8 o'clock. And then straight after that, we've got the BMW M3 League again with P1 boys. So that's 9 o'clock straight after on Sunday night. And then back Monday for the next round of Tanso Racing's Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup. That's always good racing in that one as well. Again, 2 lobbies in that one. Oh no, there's not. There was. I'm lying to you. Right. That's about your lot. If you fancy helping my channel out, get yourselves over to buymeacoffee.com/startsmoker. Drop a little donation if you can. Thank you very much. Other than that, I hope you've liked what you've watched. Give it a like, give it a subscribe. Tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dartsmoker. I'm out of here. Cheers, Dilly.